2 to spicy curries is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6. You wouldn't put those two ingredients together. Well, you complete an entire game of CHIMPS using just 2 towers, but we're also going to do another 40 rounds after that using the Lord of the Abyss and Legend of the Night. 2 towers which have almost the same initials. Like with Ultra Boost and Flying Fortress, this was another 2TC round 140 scenario discovered by No Mercy. Let's go up to Trident Efficiency for now. We will eventually need both along with Echo Sense Precision so that we can do something about round 24. Actually, we'll get it now so that we don't forget. When doing some testing, I can't do round 19 with just a 100. You need 200 in order to get that faster throwing and travel speed. Yeah, the Tridents are traveled further because the Tridents are moving faster. Round 14, let's put you on strong for a moment so that you can pick off the yellow layers. And then go to first, then back to strong again so that the yellow balloons do not end up escaping as blue balloons. Go back to strong again, deal with the yellows and pinks on this round. Hopefully we can take out that layer. Good, then go back to first. Round 15, not too bad. Do not pick up Abyss Dweller, even though it is very ideal. We can't put down the Super Monkey for round 28 otherwise. So this is where we need Trident Swiftness to help us deal with that round. And immediately start picking away at this so that we have the money to put the Super Monkey down and then be able to get Plasma Blasts. But only just barely we are able to get Plasma Blasts. It's like under 100 in which we're going to have once we get Plasma Blast. Will strong do it, or are we going to not die actually in this round? Maybe this round? I know it's one of the 20s, which is going to give us a hard time with microing. 21 is possibly it. Close. First. Nah, that's going to... Oh my goodness sakes, that did not escape. I was so surprised by that. Okay, probably first now. Come on, we can do... Oh my god, I'm actually doing this. I'm doing this deathless. For goodness sakes, maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. Back to first. Yeah, when testing something out, sometimes your second run is a bit better. Okay, this round though. Regrow yellows. Do not want anything to do with a regrow yellow. Put you back on strong. Hopefully we can whittle you all down. Thank you. Round 26 shouldn't be too bad. Or this round is going to require some... Yeah, it's this round that's going to require some microing because it's pinks. Okay, that's the one. That is the one in which we can do. And we can put down the Super Monkey mid round 27. Ideally within the range of the Mermonkey so that when we go up to Abyss Dweller and Abyssal Warrior, we do get that pierce increase by being nearby the Mermonkey. Here we go, Laser Blast, Plasma Blast, and under 100 as you saw remaining, so that we can start popping leads. But that's it for the top cross path of the Super Monkey. No more upgrades. Legend of the Night, baby. Purple balloon, not to worry. We're going to chip away at this first before we start going to Abyss Dweller. Because we have the means of taking out the camo balloons on round 36 and 38 with just the 201 Mermonkey. Okay, I should have done that on... Oh yeah, I can't, can I? Oh, for some reason I thought this was 3k, but then I realized I've already done the 3k rock. Now? Possibly? I don't know, actually. I'd rather have an ongoing rock and then purchase an upgrade, just so that we can get that rock out a bit sooner. This Super Monkey should be able to take care of the Moab on round 40, right? It's a Super Monkey, of course it can. And there goes round 37. Ceramics. Goodbye. I believe it's round 40. Some point after popping the Moab and then the regular balloons throughout the round, which we can start chipping away at this. Okay, have you hovered over at the ready? Lovely. 10k, you saw it on the screen there. 10k we have used to start chipping away at this rock. Abyss Dweller next. We need something against the more powerful camo balloons, which are upcoming. And you are in the range of the Abyss Dweller. Lovely. Yeah, rainbows. The 201 cannot do that. Or maybe it can with some Mermonkey targeting micro. Purple balloons. At the very least, we do need to get the Ultra Vision for 59. What happens on 59? Camo lead, so we'll get that now actually. I did some testing, and one round that always perplexed me is round 111. But then the completionist said to me that you just stick with a 202 Super Monkey and a 401 Mermonkey until you start chipping away at this bottom right rock. Mad plan, but it might just work. When I say might, it's going to work, okay? 10 grand, you are about to be just under 2 grand. It is what they call in the hood Abyssal Warrior time. Soon, we can cover certain kind of balloons with ink, slowing them down, sort of a pseudo glue gunner on them, but only applying to regular balloons and just Moabs. I can't remember if BFBs can also be coated. Like, Moabs can be coated, but I don't think BFBs can be coated until we get Lord of the Abyss. Obviously, we can't coat DDTs because we can't damage DDTs with the Lord of the Abyss. That is where the Super Monkey comes into play. 1 group of ceramics, 2 groups of ceramics, 3 groups of ceramics, and 4 groups of ceramics. You want to have your Super Monkey here rather than over on this side or up here, just so that you have a straight line towards the entrance of a map, a straight line towards the bottom of the circle, and then have access to the exit just in case a balloon does go down there. Sometimes in these runs, the only way in which you can actually do the run is having your tower so that it can access all avenues of the map, or as many as possible. So in this case, if I shoot down here with the Super Monkey, the projectiles are not going to be blocked by anything within the circle because I'm shooting down there. But then again, why would I should be shooting down there? That sounds like the hallmarks of failure. Okay, you there again. We are not going to purchase Dark Knight when we get to a point of being able to afford it, because we need all the money we can get for this bottom right rock. You do very well against ceramics, and also quite good at controlling regrow balloons, enabling that they don't go astray. Okay, we're going to put you on strong actually, so that you try and damage Merv class balloons, because you're useless against purples. That's like your only weakness, purple balloons. But also pierce, you have a rather low pierce per projectile. Fortified Moabs go down. Just a few inked ones left to destroy. 63. I'm going to put you on last actually, so that you're always targeting lead balloons, because you're the better ceramic popper out of these 2 towers. Sometimes it's more of a hindrance to have the Super Monkey by the Mermonkey when it comes to certain ceramics, because sometimes when they are, let's say, regrown, you just create more regrow balloons for you to try and pop, whereas you can just have a better time trying to pop them all if you were not nearby. That is a problem for later me. Current me doesn't have to deal with that jazz. And 65's various number of Moabs goes down. Moabs, fortified Moabs, go down please. This is a strategy. Mermonkey and Super Monkey. Obviously only possible on 3 mines round. I mentioned this before, but if 3 mines round was not as long as it is, or it had a very good layout for your towers, then a lot of these newly discovered challenge combinations wouldn't be possible, because this map obviously has this unique feature of the rocks, but also the layout as well is just incredibly beginner friendly. So it can be used by beginners to be able to actually beat a game of chimps, but also for some of us who are very, very keen into these harder challenges, it can provide a means of making certain combinations possible. Obviously, a huge majority of them I did not discover. Obviously, don't buy Lord of the Abyss, don't buy Dark Knight. We do not purchase these until we start hammering away at you. Come on, pop all those pesky regrows and then these Moabs after that. Eh? Yes, a tier 2 tower and a tier 4 tower together as the only 2 towers can go through the 60s and the 70s. Now I am wondering if we are able to start hammering away at this at the very end of round 74, just before the round ends, or we have to start at the beginning of 75 when the leads start popping on that round. We'll see how we go. There's a lot of balloons still left, only a few left. No, it doesn't look like we can do it on this round. Because the original creator said that they are able to start hammering away at this on 74, but I think they may have had some regrow balloons as well that properly multiplied back, and then you could actually get that upgrade. Okay, we are now able to do that, so hopefully we are still able to go through the round, because that's still a heck of a lot of balloons to try and take down. Some of them on their last time around the circle, not good for us. Take out the majority of them. That's a lot of them that almost escaped there. No good. The ink is proving to be very useful. Okay, 76. Can we deal with all of this? Hopefully we can. We don't create a regrow farm. Good. Next up is going to be Dark Knight. Will I get Echo Sense Network? No, we'll get it just to get it out of the way. If that 300 turns out to be pivotal towards getting Dark Knight as soon as possible, then we're just going to say we lost on an Echo Sense Network purchase. Our network was too big to succeed. Come on. Come on! Oh, that was almost an escapee. There we go, Dark Knight. Lovely. Put you on strong, just to try and get these down. Then again, I should have just put the Abyssal Warrior on strong, actually. So we're going to start chipping away at you, and then what we're going to be doing with the Dark Knight, as soon as all of these ceramics are majority pop, is we're going to teleport the Dark Knight to the very back of the map. Because you are going to hinder you from being able to pop all of these regrow balloons because you do less damage per projectile than you do. And we want to be able to create a scenario where we delay the regrows from regrowing out of control as late as possible. But can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it, ladies and gentlemen of the court? We can actually do it. Take care of all the pesky regrows and then go from there. Next up is going to be the Lord of the Abyss purchase. 81 I feel is going to be quite difficult. Okay, you are going to be a pest, so I'm going to warp you up here just to get you attacking the ZMG as soon as possible. Take out that moss, and then soon that butterfly will be gone as well, leaving the skull. There we go. Get away, pizzas and Moab molars. And there we go. The molars, the teeth have been taken care of. The 81 is going to be very interesting because we have a lot of ceramics to try and knock back and slow down, etc. But Dark Knight is absolutely horrendous against these ceramics aside from knocking them back. Whereas the Abyssal Warrior is going to be our only shot at popping all of these ceramics. It looks like they're making it to the exit, but not close enough to the exit. Brilliant. It shouldn't be as bad this round, even though we have fortified balloons, just simply because of the fact that there are less of them to try and keep under control. Sometimes Pierce is your greatest enemy, not the overall HP of the foe. Come on, take them down, please. Oh! Abyssal Warrior can ink BFBs. I've just seen that now. Okay. I wonder why I thought the Abyssal Warrior couldn't. Anyways, questions for another day, another time, another hour, another something. Well, the utility of both knockback and the ink is brilliant. And this round we can get the Lord of the Abyss. the balloons will not know what dark dungeon they are put into. Amori! It's the thing with the eyes. Look, Amori again. It's the monster from down deep into the abyss. Ebe. And there they are, Mary and Gary, as UMGs. Anyways, enough niche game references over and done with, and trying to incorporate them into the universe of Balloons Tower Defense 6. We need the Dark Knight on round 90 and 93 to be able to damage and take out the DDTs. Not the best chances, since Dark Knight is pretty crap, I'm not gonna lie. I think the increased pierce on this description is a joke, because it feels like the pierce increase is non-existent in comparison to Ultra Vision. But at the very least, we do have a powerful tier 5 at our disposal. There's at least 3 sets of white eyes looking at us with no pupils. If it wasn't for the plasma visor, make that 5 sets of white eyes actually in total. DDTs, go away please. Does it bode well for our chance on 93? And there goes 91. So 92. We should be able to get the Dark Champion on 95. Obviously we will do, because we get another 160k in the bank. 92 completed. Now it's going to be the final difficult round for the Super Monkey against DDTs. And that does it. But we still have 94 and all the pierce we require to take down this round and the little ones. I'm drawn between druids and mermonkeys being my favorite magic monkeys in the game. Super monkeys are cool, but they're just a little too extraordinary to be my favorite. And here we go, 160k, and we just need now another 38k, 37k to get to the Legend of the Night. Now we have decent damage and pierce from the Dark Champion. The description saying increased pierce now is justified because we have the Dark Champion. The description should have been shifted from Dark Knight to Dark Champion when it comes to the pierce increase. Obviously, I think it does definitely have a knockback pierce on the Dark Knight. They go back a bit further, or they are affected for a bit longer. Whichever of the two is truer. Yeah, I'm on 97 completed, 98. Let's start by being up here and doing some initial damage. And then after that, we will shift back to being by the Lord of the Abyss down here. That 40% pierce increase by just simply being near another tower. Okay, last few BFBs left to pop. 99 DDTs. Go down, please. Dark Champion should make easy work of them. Okay, now the only bad which will be popped by the Dark Champion, the others will be by the Lord of the Abyss. Now, when it comes to the fortified bad, Legend of the Night can take down the bad, but it can't take out the insides. The map is just too short for us to be able to take them down as well. So, the plan is to just let the fortified bad get to the exit, and then the Legend of the Night can warp them out of existence, and from there we just take out the regular bad, because it does have quite a long cooldown, the passive ability of igniting the Legend of the Night's passive ability of preventing lives from being lost. Only 7k away, no, sorry, 6k away from Legend of the Night. Sometimes I get my math mixed up. And there goes 102. 104, I think, is the most annoying round between 100 and 110. Although this round looks like it has a lot of fast balloons to try and take down really quickly. Although this should be the round in which we do get Legend of the Night on. Looking at all these fortified ZOMGs. Come on, go down, please. Go down. Go down. Go down. All you have to do is go down. Go down and out for the count. Come on. We can do it. Oh my goodness sakes, a single super fortified ceramic managed to escape. Wonderful. Just what I wanted for this year's Christmas. And I don't want Christmas that early. Okay, we'll be by this side of the Lord of the Abyss. Just like I told myself earlier, but I will go back into the circle just to start doing some damage. Put you back over here. Your pierce can go through, and we will have the Legend of the Knight now with his purple blades. Okay, now we are definitely popping. We are definitely popping with the Legend of the Knight. Imagine that. A tower this expensive in a 2TC run. The only reason why it's only got one 2TC on the index is because you had to utilize the Arctic Knight's bug, where its ice balls are able to bounce off map borders and actually get Legend of this thing down here procs before 100. Or on 100? No, it has to be on before 100. But if you're fast enough and it does proc on 100, then you would quickly purchase the tower. Or maybe just have the money required in order to actually place the purchase. Because there's such a thing as associated 2TC runs where the tower after it can be brought. So let's say if you just stick with Ground Zero and you have the money to buy Tsar Bomber. Well, in certain cases, you can attribute and associate Tsar Bomber with the Ground Zero run, despite the fact that the Tsar Bomber was not purchased, but you could have done it with Tsar Bomber, but you did it with Ground Zero because you were able to do so. And actually nowadays, Ground Zero and Round 99 is far easier because of the fact that now that the spy plane does double damage, it means that fortified deities can be blown up with a single ability of the Ground Zero on 99. Or if somebody does, let's say, base Desperado, then the money you have left over will mean that is what you can associate that run with. But that's obviously providing if those easier to do runs, so let's say you get a tier 5 tower with Captain Churchill, for example, have already been done. And if they've already been done, then you can only associate what has not been done, but what is within your price bracket. 118 completed. 119. Legend of the Knight is going to be able to punch you through all three of these bads, and you are going to be sent straight into the abyss. Both of these are dark combinations that summon portals. One is all of the time, and the other one is only rarely of the time. A little bit of the time, when a balloon tries to escape, that is. Yeah, the rest of this run should be pretty free now, because if you manage to get the fortified bad layer popped, but obviously the DETs and the ZMGs are separated outwards, it means that the DETs will be swallowed up by the Legend of the Knight's portal, but then the ZMGs will be able to go through normally, and then it will be game over. So you just let the fortified bad through, because everything is contained in one object, one opponent. And it is as to no surprise that the Lord of the Abyss's pop count is being severely overtaken by the Legend of the Knight's pop count, which is at 10 million now. 126. A single regrow camera lead leads the way, and then what's after that is a whole bunch of DETs. It's the calm before the storm. Although the warp/teleporting brothers would be Corvus and Legends of the Night, which is a possible 2-tower combo chimps with 1800 starting cash. Before an official index submission, which has not been done yet, you would need to play with another player, and you have to go through the entire run deathless because Ninja Kiwi has not incorporated the retry last round feature when it comes to co-op chimps. I just realised we went past the beefiest round of a chimps game between round 6 to 140 because there's just so many fortified ZMGs on that round. That eclipses the amount of RBE there is on 140. Mom, can I buy the new Batman figurine that costs 1,000 because it's put up on the eBay secondary market by scalpers? Number one, son, no. We're not paying scalpers anything. We're not giving them a single dime. And number two, with the original retail price, no. We've got Batman at home. Meanwhile, Batman at home. No, you never resort to buying, which enables you to use more of your money to pay some filthy scalper. Just let them sit on their purchased goods and leave them and their goods to wither and collect dust for the rest of time. It will show then that scalping is for the weak. And for those who have financial sympathy for scalpers, I'm just going to say this right now. If they don't resort to scalping, then they would be saving money to begin with. Round 138 fortified DDTs, and DDTs, so many of them. Throughout the entire round now, 139. So many regular targets. I'm actually going to put you up here, because I'm going to demonstrate what would happen if you try and pop all of the fortified bad. So, put you at the very start of the circle here, and then put you back here, and we're going to try and crack you down. Okay, the regular bad has spawned out. We're just about to pop the fortified bad layer. Nope, need another layer to get through that candy. And then even if we do warp you to the exit, we just can't do the damage against these DDTs to be able to justify doing that. And because the portal has exited now, that means these fortified ZMGs or their insides will be able to get through. So what is the plan here? Well, firstly, we're going to set you on last. And number two, we're going to warp you away from the track. We are just going to let the fortified bad go to the exit. And the portal will then be active. But as soon as the regular bad spawns onto the track, then we're going to put the Legend of the Night down over here. Anytime, there we go. And put you on last just so that we just always target the regular bad rather than the fortified bad. If we can do so. Okay, you are soon to go down. We just need you to go on to first, just in case that DDT goes past, put you back on last, and it swallows up that fortified bad like if it was nothing. And then we do the rest. You know what, let's just do this again, because I like the idea of the fortified bad being warped to the exit a second time round. It was all part of the plan. It was all part of the master plan. I am a master strategist, and I will be able to do this, just like so. 21 million pops done by the Legend of the Night, which means the Lord of the Abyss got no more than 2 million pops. But you are still very vital towards the success of this run. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be able to click the purchase button when it lit green to be able to transform you from the Dark Champion to the Legend of the Night. Brilliant stuff. A very, very good run there. If you were to purchase Dark Knight and then get Dark Champion and then start hacking away at this, you're going to find that round 111 is, I'm going to say it's impossible, but I'm guaranteed that there's somebody out there who would try round 111 with just the Lord of the Abyss and the Dark Champion, and they would somehow be able to get through it. But it's mainly the fortified ZMGs that would stop you, because they're all concreted within a bunch of regular ZMGs that will just get wiped out first, and then the majority of the pierce will be swallowed up by the regular balloons before the fortified ones are even affected. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments sections below. And if you are ever on the store and you would like to purchase anything within the store itself, then please use my creator support code before doing so, and that helps me a thorough ton amount, to the point where I don't know, actually I really don't know. I don't know where this conversation is going. Are you still here? Thank you all so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody. Hashtag LOTA LOTN.